Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shankar De and today we will discuss a very important topic in obstetrics practical point of view, that is fetal skull. So let's look at the specimen. This is fetal skull. So what are the major bones which form the vault of the skull? Vault of the skulls is formed by these bones. Two frontal bone. These are the frontal bone. This is one frontal, this is another, joined by this suture. This is called metopic suture or frontal suture. This is parietal bone. This is one parietal bone, this is another, joined by sagittal suture in the midline. This is occipital bone. So what are the bones that forms fetal skull or vault? Two frontal bone, two parietal bone, and posteriorly occipital bone, and laterally two temporal bone. Here is one temporal bone and here is another temporal bone. Now look at the sutures formed by these bones. This is metopic suture and or frontal suture, that is formed by union of two frontals bone anteriorly. This is coronal suture. This is formed by parietal bone and frontal bone, anteriorly two frontal bone and posteriorly two parietal bone. This suture is coronal suture. This longitudinal suture is sagittal suture. This is formed by two parietal bone on the both sides, and this is lambdoid suture. This suture is situated between occipital bone and two parietal bone. This is one lambdoid suture, this is another lambdoid suture, and here lies temporal suture, that is between parietal bone and temporal bone. Here lies one temporal suture, in this side lies another temporal suture. So what is sutures? Sutures is actually non-ossified membrane. This is non-ossified membrane in between these flat bones of fetal skull. And what is fontanelle? Fontanelle is this. Fontanelles are white space. This space in between the sutures. So fontanelle is white space covered by membrane situated at meeting point. This meeting point of suture. This is posterior fontanelle and here lies anterior fontanelle. Anterior fontanelle lies in the junction between metopic suture anteriorly, posteriorly sagittal suture, on the both side coronal suture. Here lies anterior fontanelle and here lies posterior fontanelle in junction between two lambdoid suture and one sagittal suture. So this is anterior fontanelle and this is posterior fontanelle. I know the skull part is slightly deformed, but just imagine this is anterior fontanelle and this is posterior fontanelle. Now, what is the characteristic of anterior fontanelle? Anterior fontanelle is a diamond shaped area. So this is a diamond shaped area, like this diamond shaped area, which lies anteriorly junction of coronal suture and sagittal suture and metopic suture, is measuring 3 into 3 centimeter. So it ossifies by 1.5 years after birth. And this is posterior fontanelle. It is usually triangular in shape, measuring 1.2 into 1.2 centimeter, and it becomes ossified during the term. Hence, it is unossified membrane in mature fetus, but it feels like a triangular depression with tip of this little finger. You can feel this posterior fontanelle in term infants by tip of this little finger. It just permits tip of little fingers in term infants, but in case of term infants, this anterior fontanelle is large as diamond shaped depression in this area. So what is the clinical importance of these suture lines? These suture lines helps in molding during delivery. So suture lines, the suture line lies in between two bones. During delivery, it helps in molding or overlapping of the two bones. So this is two flat bones of the cranial vault. During delivery, this molds or overlaps over each other, so that size of the vault reduces and it helps in the easy delivery of the fetal head. So this is the one of the very important features of the suture lines, helps in molding. And another importance is palpation of the suture lines during parvaginal examination helps to determine the position and position of the fetus, degree of internal rotation and molding. And it also helps in hydrocephalus or increased intracranial tension, because during increased intracranial tension the gap between two flat bone increases or the sutural gap increases. So these are the importance of suture. Now, what is sagittal fontanelle? Sometimes another fontanelle can be seen in between anterior 2/3 and posterior 1/3 of the sagittal suture in this place, that is called sagittal fontanelle. So what are the importance of fontanelle? Actually, fontanelle helps in determination of degree of flexion. So degree of flexion during delivery, degree of flexion of the fetal head, flexion of the fetal head with body, flexion, extension. So this flexion and extension, position of the head of the fetal head can be determined by position of the fontanelle. Then palpation of the posterior fontanelle helps in position of head. Anterior fontanelle, as this is a space, open space, this helps in molding of these bones, like two frontal bones and two parietal bones. And fontanelle also helps in brain growth, as if brain enlarges with time, it helps to accommodate the enlarging brain. And palpation of the fontanelle also used to determine the increased intracranial tension, because when intracranial tension rises, this fontanelle bulges outward, and it, by bulging nature of the fontanelle and pulsation, you can also provisionally diagnose intracranial tension or hydrocephalus. Now I will discuss what is sinciput and what is occiput. See, this area is called sinciput. It is one fetal pole that is lies in forehead region. So this is sinciput and this is occiput. Occiput is the area that is formed by occipital bone, that is posterior pole. So anterior pole is sinciput and posterior pole is occiput. Anterior pole lies in front and posterior pole lies on the back on the occipital pole. Is palpation of sinciput and occiput helps to determine the degree of flexion and extension of the fetal head and engagement during delivery through parvaginal examination or abdominal examination through obstetric ribs. Now, what is terion? This region is called terion. Terion is meeting place of this coronal suture with squamous suture, or this suture, temporal suture. This is the meeting place of frontal bone, parietal bone, temporal bone, and from inside sphenoid bone. So frontal bone, parietal bone, temporal bone, sphenoid bone meeting at this place. This is terion. Middle meningeal artery lies just inside this place, and this is important artery which can cause epidural hemorrhage. Next, this point is called asterion. Asterion is lateral end of lambdoid suture where parietal bone, temporal bone and occipital bone meets. So this is asterion, this is terion, this is asterion. This is nasion. Nasion is root of the nose. So this is root of the nose or nasion, and glabella. This is nasion, just root of the nose, and glabella is this part. Glabella is smooth part of the forehead, just above the meeting point of two eyebrows. This point is glabella. So this is nasion and this is glabella.